Halloween is just 2 days away. And even though I did just put together 16 outfits from clothes that I pulled out of my closet and created outfits from, or costumes, I am not going to be using not a single one of those for my Halloween costume this year. This is going to be our very last year trick-or-treating. My kids are all officially grown up now. They're 12, 13, and 15. So since it is our very last year dressing up, going trick-or-treating, I'm going to dress up. And I have not dressed up the last 2 years, I believe. I don't really have a reason other than Halloween seems to have lost its whimsy. It could have been totally a me thing that was feeling it, but I really feel like Halloween has changed. It is not what it used to be when I was a kid. But we are going to create all kinds of memories this year. So this year, I absolutely have to go out with a bang, because who knows when I'll be dressing up in a Halloween costume. I just thought about this. As I was saying, I couldn't even finish the sentence. I wear pretty much costumes, what other people would consider to be costumes, every day. It's normal clothing for me. And for my costume this year, all the rambling was leading up to, I'm going to be Mina Harker from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes, I did already make the costume. Here's a card down in the link description. Down in the description, there will be a link to the video. I did draft my own pattern for this. I do not think as of yet I am going to digitize this pattern because I still haven't fully fixed the fit issues. Now, I did use this pattern to draft both of my overcoats that I made. I made a black Victorian inspired overcoat and a green vintage inspired overcoat. Again, the description, links. This is the bulk of the costume. In the year 2025, it's a costume. In the year 1890, it's just clothing. So I have my overskirt here. This is the underskirt. This is one of the petticoats. And we'll have to get my lobster tail out, which I did make. Again, in the description, links. I have the base of the costume. What I need to do is fix the bodice, and this was the fit issues that I was talking about. Either I put on a couple of pounds since I made this, or my 3 layers of clothing up underneath this is a little bit too bulky for the bodice. I'm just going to assume that it's my clothes that are adding on the extra size. Anyway, what I need to fix for this. Fit issues, that's as far as I can raise my arms. It is really tight on the underarm and it's really tight in the back. I don't know if you can see. So what I'm thinking that I need to do is, and the collar. The collar's too short. I need to make a new collar. I actually already cut one out. I need to embroider it. I don't like embroidering. Also, I'm going to make gussets for the underarms. I'm not 100% sure on how to do this. I looked it up and I skimmed. So I'm going to figure out the gussets part for the under the arm and what I'm thinking for the back. And I do plan on remaking this bodice one day. I don't know what day, but one day. I do have enough fabric left over still that I could, but this took me like 2 weeks to make. The embroidery was brutal, and I still don't have the type of buttons that I need. Anyway, for the back, I'm thinking, and I can't even get my hand, but right in the middle, I'm thinking I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to give it a dart. I'm going to add a dart of extra fabric in the back. And I'm going to do this pleating thing that I have seen on like coats, specifically for men, where they have extra fabric there and it stretches out. If that made absolutely any sense, that is what I'm going to be doing. Also, and this is a little tight, so I'm just going to remove it for a second. Okay, now I got my sleeves back on and this feels better. As far as the closure for the bodice goes, I am likely just going to leave it as Velcro. I'm only going to wear this one more time and it's for Halloween night only. So I'm really not going to put that much effort into fixing the thing because I know that I'm going to have to redo it. So you know what? I'm not embroidering that stinking collar. I'll save that for the next one. Yes. Okay. Woo! Just saved myself hours. What I do need is a legitimate corset. I realize that on my channel I have posted a lot of videos saying, you know, look at this corset, or I turn these skirts into corsets. There's quite a few videos labeled corset, when in actuality, they're closer to stays. I have never actually made a legitimate corset, and the purpose for a corset is for it to be supportive up here, cinching in the waist, and also for it to be able to hold the weight of all the skirts I'm going to have to be putting on. Okay, so I need to make two things. I need to replace the collar. I need gussets. Where am I at? 4 gussets in the underarm. The weird V thing for the back. Well, I'm just adjusting. It's no big deal. For the corset that I'm going to make, I am going to throw one together for this video. I am also strongly considering, and I think I am going to do it, a video where I go like into detail about corsets and corsetry. Corsetry is something that has interested me for quite some time. I've been sewing for right around 2 years now, like consistently sewing. Making my own clothing for 2 years. I have completely filled up my closet. So I am not going to be going into detail of the difference between stays and corsets and like techniques and stuff in this video. I will be doing it for a future video. I don't know when that is going to be, but it will be coming. So for the corset that I'm going to make today, I have 3 options. I'll show you. First, I have this pattern that I printed off of Etsy. It said Victorian inspired. I got it on like a super sale for $1.50. So I pretty much just right there, I already know that this is not going to be what it's advertised as. More than likely, this is going to be one of those patterns that's made by AI. And for the life of me, I can't figure out how to get AI to make some stinking patterns, because you know what? That might be a really quick process. I'd do it if I could, but I can't figure it out. This just, I don't know, it just seems weird. So option 1 is my printed pattern, not my pattern, a pattern that I printed that I got off of Etsy. I just wanted to be exact there. Okay, well, I guess I only have 2 options. I went to Hobby Lobby today because I needed to get embroidery thread because I had planned on the collar embroidering it. And I found that all of their McCall's patterns were 99 cents. So naturally, I had to get 20. I'm not kidding. I thought that I got 2 corsets. I was looking for one in particular, but they didn't have it. I was looking for the Civil War era version of this, the 1860s. Does this one even say? I think this one is like early 1900s as far as what it was inspired from. Oh, I'm sorry, how rude of me, I didn't even show you. I got this McCall's M7915. That is a pattern designed by Angela Clayton. I wish that it would say like what era, what year this was based on. I want to say, and I very well could be wrong, I want to say like after 1910, before 1920. I know they started making bras at that time, but I'm saying that because based on where it's cut at, which is nipple area, and then it goes all the way down below the hips, keeping the hips flat. And that was the silhouette of the 1910s to 1920s. That's just what I'm guessing. The only downside here for this, actually for both of them, it says that it is required that I have a gusset. No, wait, come on, words in head, think. Busk. I need a busk for the front, like here, this one I have laced up. Since I need to throw this together, and I'm not convinced that I want to do a mock-up, like I realize I should do a mock-up. If I do this one, I'm going to absolutely have to do a mock-up. Likely, I'll just use my mock-up as my lining layer, and it'll all work out. For this one, because it's McCall's, and I've never had an issue with any McCall's patterns. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Okay, so I'm going from a 6 up at the top to a 12 down at the hip. That is crap. No? That, oh my gosh. I'm a 6 at the top. I'm a 14 at the waist. Then I'm an 18 in the hip. How is that? I'm going off my measurements here and I'm just reading it. That seems not right. Okay. So I'm going to have to do a mock-up. This is going to turn into a whole thing. I wasn't expecting that. Here we are, of course. almost 20 minutes into the video and I've done nothing but yap the whole time. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I usually get straight to the point and get to making things, but apparently not today. We weren't prepared today. Okay, I could probably sit here and just I'm literally talking to myself is what I'm doing. I could stand here and do this for a while. So I'm gonna make up my mind. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I don't have a busk, so I'm thinking that I'm going to have to do a double corset lace-up thingy where it laces in the front and in the back. That's what we're gonna have to do because I don't have a busk. I need to order a busk. I'm gonna have to. I'll order a pack whenever I get to doing my corsetry video or series. You know what? That could be a lot. I'm sorry. Let's just get to cutting things out. Like I said, I could be here a while. I now have my gussets cut to the shape that I think will work best for my bodice here. This is where I'm going to be putting the gussets. I need to rip the underseam, so I will do that in just a moment. Now for what I already did, we can see the dart, I guess, that I put in here, this extra bit of fabric. I'm going to iron it down in a bit and it'll look nicer. It is a little strange, but as my arms stretch, it will give me an inch or two extra, but that's just enough for added mobility. For the collar, I was going to tuck this in nice and pretty, but where I added this, I didn't do the same thing on the top. I didn't do individual layers. I sewed my little dart thing to both layers at the same time. So because I did that, I couldn't fold the edges in on itself to tuck the collar in there, so I just did a really easy, put the collar on the inside and top stitch it in place. Now I'm going to rip the underarm seam. Alright, you've seen the collar, you've seen the addition that I added to the back. And I have one gusset done, and I want to show the difference before I sew on the other gusset. I just feel like it would be an educational experience. We're ignoring the fit for right now. My right arm, this is as high as I can raise it. There is no gusset. For my left arm, I can raise it up significantly higher. Now, yeah, it's a little tight and it's pulling on here, but now I'm going to add the other gusset in and then just figure out the fit issue. Today is Halloween Eve. Is that a thing? The day before Halloween. All Hallows Eve Eve. Halloween Eve just kind of sounds better. My bodice for my costume is, we're going to call it done. It is good enough. In order to ensure a really good fit, I need to have a decent corset. And I do not have a decent corset, but I did show last night of the patterns that I was going to choose between. I did end up choosing the Etsy pattern. Last night I measured up all the lines, I cut out all of the pieces. And for this pattern, there is no seam allowance added. I'm going to add roughly an eyeball, ½ inch. I realize I should be measuring for this, but we're on a time crunch and I have to finish this thing today. I have to start it and finish it today. So this morning after breakfast, what I did was took those pattern pieces and traced them onto gift wrap that I will be using to make new pattern pieces. eyeballing about a 1/2 inch seam allowance around every single pattern piece. Now that I have my pattern pieces cut out, what I need to do is move on to either the mock-up or the lining layer. This depends on how this mock-up is going to turn out. If I feel like it fits, it's going to be the lining. If it doesn't, I'm going to adjust pattern pieces and go from there. Now that this mock-up is fully cut out, I am going to pin it together. I'm working with very limited space today, and the only place big enough available that I have to lay out these pieces is my bed. So I'm going to lay out all of these pieces on my bed. Now that they're laid out, let's pin them together, right sides together. It's all pinned. Now let's sew. I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch seam allowance on all of the edges. And for the hip gusset, I am going to sew as close to the edge as I possibly can. Okay, it's sewn together now. All right, here are the 2 pieces that I have from the lining, well, the mock, and it's 2 pieces because this corset is supposed to have a busk in the front and then lace up in the back. I don't have any busks, and I need this today. So we're going to improvise, and I'm going to end up doing a double grommet, double lace up in the front and in the back. It's going to have to work. So I am going to put this on my half of my body. All right, you know what? I'm not going to do a double lace up. I feel like there is enough extra fabric between the front piece and the back center that I can take these 2 pieces, sew them together, and I'm not going to have to worry about lacing up in the front. Either the front or the back is going to have to be sewn together. I need to be able to get into this by myself. So the front actually would probably be best. Oh, but a bone right there would be nice because it would help to keep the tummy flat. All right, I'm sewing the front together. I convinced myself. I think that this is going to work. I am just going to go ahead and go for it. And if this doesn't fit, if this is going to be too big, that's going to suck. We're going to figure it out as we do it. It's close enough. I feel okay enough. I feel absolutely in a rush. So I'm getting this done. I will be moving on to the outer layer fabric, which is going to be the same mint green fabric as the dress. So they're matching. And everything that I did with the lining layer or the mock-up that turned into the lining layer, I am going to be doing with the mint green fabric.
What's for dinner?
Something.
Yeah, something.
What do you want?
Something good.
Oh, okay. You got any specific ideas, perhaps?
Yes. Shrimp scampi.
I don't have shrimp.
Chicken Alfredo.
Oh, I think I found it.
I have chicken Alfredo stuff.
Do you have
I think I found
sauce?
eggplant.
Yes,
The
I
white sauce.
think so. I know we have cheese sauce.
Okay, no, I think this one's yours because it's like cuts at the end.
Yeah, that's a dress. Now I did need to make a couple of adjustments. I had to put some darts here on the sides of the top. Like I said, I wasn't making a mock-up when I probably should have. The only place that this actually really fit me is perfectly around the waist. So I have to adjust the top, or I did already. It fits now, and it will lace closed in the back. But now I need to adjust the bottom. The bottom has quite a bit of extra fabric, and I'm thinking, and I'm just going to kind of go for it, it's the gussets on the hips. So I must have cut out, I obviously did the sizing wrong. I only got my waist right. It's fine. I think that if I just, and I'm not even going to take them out, I'm just going to sew them together. I'm going to take the gussets, just here, nice hip gusset, and I'm going to sew it closed. just like that. Now, is that the proper way to do it? No, it isn't, but it is dark. I think it's like, what time is it? It's almost 7:30 and I need to get this finished. So I'm just winging the heck out of this, and then I'll try this again with different fabric on a different day to properly get my sizing right on the pattern pieces, because I haven't adjusted any of them. The corset is officially done, and it's really bad. It got to be about, I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock last night whenever I came to the realization that I should have made a legitimate mock-up. I ended up getting the measurements correct for my mid-waist, but that was it. I mean, there was like 7 inches too much on the top and like 5-ish inches too much on the bottom. And I was able to fix the bottom by just taking out the gussets that were in the back of the hips. And that worked really well. For the top, I had to come through and do really deep darts right here. I was able to adjust the fit in the back. Now for the boning channels, they're absolutely horrible. The bias tape hides the ends, the edges that were really bad. And finally, the bones, after I have been wearing the corset for about 3.5-ish hours now, it is comfortable, but the boning is poking me in the bottom. I didn't tape the bottom of the boning like I did the top because I didn't want the top to poke through the fabric or poke me, and it's not, but it's doing that on the bottom, especially this one right here. This one is really sharp and it's getting me. And then whenever I bend these here. As a whole though, I now have a corset. I'm going to be able to fit into my bodice more easily. I have already tested it. Now it is officially Halloween, and right now it is almost 3 o'clock. I really should get a watch. I figured that I'm going to go ahead and get myself ready first. We're going to be leaving here in about 3 hours, and I have 3 kids to get dressed, and I still have to clean up my house and make dinner. So I will be spending the rest of the day as a woman in the 1890s. Now, I've already done my makeup. It was really simple to do. They didn't wear a lot of makeup back then. For the hair, I currently have a head full of pin rolls, and they've been in for 2 days. Yes. Now, if I were to follow... Let's look at this picture here. In this outfit, Mina has her hair up completely. I'm not going to be doing that. In fact, what I am going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a Mina hairstyle, but more like this one. I love how her hair is up and down. That's what we're doing, half up, half down. They did that in the 1890s too. Their hair was always curly, so I have been preparing for this for 2 days. I'm going to sit down because this is going to take a minute. And I'm going to take out all of these pin curls. It is absolutely lovely outside. This is the first Halloween in, oh my goodness, 4 or 5 years that it's been cold enough. The last few years, Halloween has been like, on Halloween Day, 80s Fahrenheit. Been uncomfortable. But this year... It is going to be 47 degrees tonight. It's going to be about 57 when we're leaving, which is at 6. And this time of year, it is dark at 6:30. Is it cute? I love curly hair. I rarely do my curly hair. Maybe I'll do curly hair once or twice a month. Most of the time I just have braids in. I sleep in braids. So it's wavy. But it takes a lot of effort to get my hair to curl. And I have found in, I guess, the last couple of months, the pin curls. That's the way to go. Not only is the curl mostly beautiful, that one's a little wonky, but you can actually sleep in them. I can sleep in the curlers, and they're not curlers because they're bobby pins. I can sleep with the pins, and then I don't wake up extremely angry the next day because I didn't get any sleep. Okay, now it's just a bunch of futzing with all of the hairs. Oh, that's so pretty. Man, with all of this, I don't want to put it up. Maybe I'll look at some other hairstyles from that time period. I realize we're going for Mina Murray, who becomes Mina Harker. I feel like this is a very important distinction. Before Mina was Mina Harker, she was Mina Murray, wearing the dress that I am going to be wearing. So technically, she's Mina Murray, because she hasn't got married yet. Oh, that's right, the internet's out. That's why my lights aren't working. Now, I realize that it seems like the Victorians always had their hair up in the bun, which translates in the 1910s to the Gibson girl hairstyle. It really doesn't change much. If you were to look at like the first images that you can find on the internet. However, by doing more digging, I have found quite a few more hairstyles. It would seem in that time period, in the late Victorian era, hairstyles for women were determined on the time of day, a lot like the outfit that was being worn. So you would sleep usually in a braid or curlers, okay? In the morning you would have your hair done in a certain way, daytime wear, and then there's evening wear, and then there's fancy hairstyles. I want to go for an evening style because I like my hair down and it's really pretty and curly, and I'm not going to waste these curls. So I think I am going to do a type of up-down kind of style. Alright, so I'm going to take hair from around the crown of my head to about here, separate off that hair. And now I'm going to create a really loose bun. I accomplish that by twisting the hair. And then wrapping. Boom. And now we put a bunch of pins in it. And now to fill out the bun area, along with all the hair that lost its curl far too quick, because I'm going to have to curl it. I'm going to take some hair pieces and do the pen curl. And I accomplish the pen curl by wrapping the hair around my finger till I get to the end, pull my fingers out, and then roll it up the rest of the way. This is the way that I have found easiest to do the pin curls. And then pin it in place. I'm going to continue this all the way around the crown of my head that I separated out the hair to create the bun, and this is going to just hide those lines. Okay. And now I complete the same thing on the left. Alright, I got everything up that I'm going to have up, and my hair just doesn't like to be curled, so I am going to have to curl what is left. Yeah, it's got some wave to it, but it's not as curly as I want it to be, and I don't know what I was showing you because I looked down like this. That made no sense. It's wavy at best. I'm going to curl it. While I am waiting for my curling iron to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and put on the majority of the costume. Not the bodice yet. I'm going to wait for last for that because I still have a lot of moving to do. Alright, I have the entire costume on now. I didn't adjust the front of the bodice, and now frankly I just do not have the time. I don't have the buttons needed still for the front, but I did make it more movable, and gussets, man. Gussets. The collar is admittedly a little weird. I did not embroider it. I planned to, but I just plain ran out of time and then decided not to. So I decided not to first. I absolutely love the outfit. Nowadays it's considered a costume, but this was taken from inspiration from the actual 1890s. If you are curious on how I made this, because I do not have a pattern and I likely will not for a little while longer, I will leave a card up here as well as a link down below in the description, the process of me drafting this entire pattern. Now I need to go make some dinner. I've got to feed some people before we head out for the evening. So if you made it to the end and you liked this video, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And if you're not already, consider subscribing. I post every Wednesday. And tonight is particularly special for me because it is going to be the last night, the last time going trick-or-treating. So we're all dressing up and we're all going to walk around. Got me, my 15-year-old, my 13-year-old, and my 12-year-old. This is the last time I'll be talking to the camera tonight. I will put some footage here of our adventures for tonight, and just want to thank you again for hanging out with me while I adjusted my costume, made a corset, and did today's video. This is only take 2. That's what the sign says. Hey, turn on your lightsaber, do something cool. Are you okay? A little intimidating, I gotta say.
I mean, this thing killed you.
Well, yeah.
It slowly dissolves your skin and your organs. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's gonna kill you slowly but surely.
Not like that. It needs to be vertical.
Well,
This is vertical.
It needs to be horizontal.
Once it like packs
And I can't get the dress in it and that. I can get it all like this though.
Once it like packs of candies like this or something that.
Are we going the wrong way? Is there like a right and wrong direction?
Well, I might leave you off my friend.
Okay.
I might.
You don't want to watch a scary movie?
You know, wait.